Hey guys, it's Maryann here, and today I'm going to be showing you posture exercises for before bed. This is all about better sleep. The intention of the exercises I'm going to be showing you today is to put your body into a better position, to put your body into a more restful state. You'll need a chair and a pillow off of your couch, and as with all of my videos, if any movement or exercise doesn't feel good or causes discomfort, just skip it and go on to the next one. This video is intended to be a follow-along video, so I am going to be taking you through the full sets and reps, so all you need to do is relax and follow along. Exercise number 1 is called static extension position. The purpose of this exercise is to help to put your shoulders and your neck and your head into a better alignment. You'll want to start off on your hands and knees with your hip joint lined up directly above your knee and your shoulder joint aligned directly above your wrist. Now you'll want to walk your hands forward about a hand length, shift your body forward so that your shoulder joint comes to stack directly on top of your wrist. And from there, the key action is to allow your pelvis, this bony structure here in the middle of your body, to tilt forward, which is going to create an increased curve in your lower back. Next, let your shoulder blades collapse together in the back, let your head fall, let your stomach relax, and stay in this position with me here for 2 minutes. Make sure that you're breathing while you're doing this exercise. Check to make sure that your body is equally aligned from right to left. If not, be sure to just shift a little bit so that you are centered. And your lower legs and feet should be heavy and relaxed into the floor. Continuously drop your shoulder blades together in the back and try to let your neck and your head, the muscles surrounding your neck and head, relax. And your stomach should just be nice and relaxed here. You're going to feel the work between your shoulder blades, maybe your arms, your shoulders as well. If you do feel any discomfort in your lower back, just simply pull your body back. So that would look like this. Be sure to continue breathing. It's really easy to hold your breath if you're not thinking about it. And keep letting those shoulder blades pinch together in the back. As you hold this, you should start to become aware of some muscle work here in the front creases of the hips. And that's a good thing. That's what we want. And come on up. Exercise number 1 is done. Exercise number 2 is called static back. For this, you're going to need a chair. You're also going to need a pillow off of your couch for what's to come, so have your couch pillow or your foam block if you have one handy. To get into this position, you'll just want to lay onto the floor with your legs up over your chair or your block with your hips and knees at 90 degrees. So if you need to, you can adjust your surface a little bit with blankets or folded towels so that those knee joints are at 90 degrees, causing those lower legs to be essentially parallel with the floor. We don't want the lower legs up like this. We don't want them tapering down either. And then you're going to want the back sides of your legs all the way up against your surface, whatever you're using. If you're using a chair and you have space here, just check to make sure that your thigh bone is going directly straight up and down. Just have someone look at you from the side, or maybe you can just snap a photo of yourself and check that out. So for static back, once you're in position, you're just going to want to rest your arms on the floor at 45 degrees. So the key distinction here, 45 degrees at the shoulder, it's not 90 degrees. You can try sliding your arms all the way up to shoulder height. It's not all the way down here at 0 degrees. It's in the middle right there at 45. That's going to put the shoulder into a nice neutral position to allow those shoulders to open up. So now we're going to start this for 5 minutes. And really, you're just going to do absolutely nothing. So just relax. and breathe into your diaphragm. What that means is you're going to want to breathe into your belly so that when you inhale, your belly rises up. And when you exhale, your belly falls down towards the floor. I want you to focus on breathing like that with your diaphragm for this 5 minutes. What this exercise does is it gets your thoracic back, meaning your upper back, out of flexion. In other words, this helps to straighten up the spine, the upper back. This exercise also uses the flat surface of the floor to return the body to a neutral position. Breathe into your diaphragm. And notice how your body feels here. Notice as your hips, your spine, and your shoulders begin to settle back into the floor. So you'll start to feel parts of your body that may have not met in contact with the floor start to come into contact with the floor, like your lower back, for example. Or maybe one hip felt like it was up a little higher than the other, or maybe one shoulder felt like it was up a little higher than the other. So your body is starting to become more even and more symmetrical here in static back, just using gravity and your body weight on the floor. Make sure that you're still breathing, using your diaphragm, breathing into your belly. And notice as your breathing becomes more effortless and as your breathing becomes fuller as this 5 minutes goes on. Ideally, you'll want to be breathing through your nose if you can, but breathing through your mouth is okay too. The most important thing is that you're breathing into the belly so that that belly rises up and then settles down towards the floor as you exhale. Five minutes is up. Just check in here, notice how your body feels. You probably feel more settled into the floor. We're going to get into exercise number 3. It's called static back knee pillow squeezes. For this, you're going to need your pillow off of your couch. The purpose of this exercise is to coax your hips and your pelvis into a better alignment. For static back knee pillow squeezes, place your pillow or your foam block between your knee joints and relax your arms onto the floor with your palms up. Use your inner thigh muscles to press and release against the block. Before we start, I'm going to show you the tempo that you want to use. Your tempo is going to be like this. I'm going to use my hands so that you can see a simulation of what my legs are doing. Press, release, press, release, press, release. That's the tempo that you'll want to use, and the key to this exercise is keeping your stomach muscles nice and relaxed. So let's go ahead and get started with our first set of approximately 20 reps. So we're going to go for 40 seconds here. We're going to take a little rest, and we're going to repeat that for a total of 3 rounds. Also, make sure that when you press and release that your pelvis is not rocking back like this. Your stomach should be relaxed and your pelvis should stay nice and neutral. Here we go. Relax the stomach and press, release for 40 seconds. Press using your inner thigh muscles and make sure that you're pressing equally on both sides. And the key here is keeping your stomach muscles relaxed. You're going to want to press using about 65% of your strength. And make sure that you're still breathing into your belly. And relax. If you did notice that your stomach muscles were starting to participate and help out, you might want to just stop, take a little break, reset, or try pressing a little softer. Let's go ahead and start set number 2. Relax that stomach and press, release, press, release, press, release. Using your inner thigh muscles, making sure to keep your stomach muscles relaxed and to let your shoulders and arms relax. Your upper back should be relaxed as well. And make sure that you're still breathing. Press and release using those inner thighs equally on both sides. And relax. Now we're going to start set number 3. This is our final set. Reposition your pillow or your block so that it's nice and even. Relax your arms on the floor with your palms up and go ahead and begin. Press and release. Press and release. The goal here is to use both inner thighs evenly. So if you need to adjust a little bit, if you feel one side a little stronger than the other, feel free to do that. Continue to relax through the upper body as we go through these reps. And relax. Finally, we're going to get into our last exercise called frog. The purpose of frog is to stretch the inner thigh muscles and to reposition the hips, leaving the hips and pelvis in neutral. For frog, you'll want to place your feet flat on the floor and lay back on the floor with the angle of your knees at 45 degrees. If you're not sure, you just want to make sure that your feet are not in like this and that your feet are not out like that. Bring your feet to about halfway between those two spots. Relax your arms on the floor with your palms up, with your arms at 45 degrees, that same position that you had them in for static back. Next, slide the soles of your feet together so that the soles of your feet come to touch and allow your knees to fall apart. Notice that this causes an increased curve in your lower back, and we want that. We're going to start this exercise now for 2 minutes. Try to relax
Don't push your knees down into the floor, but just let your knees open up. Let your hips relax and let your body settle. I mentioned before that you'll have an increased arch in your lower back. That is natural. You don't want to try to flatten that, but you shouldn't feel any pain or discomfort in your lower back. If you do, feel free to come out of this exercise. And really important here, let that mid to upper back relax. Let those shoulders relax and open up against the floor. And you'll want to practice diaphragmatic breathing here the same way you did in static back. Breathing into that belly so that your belly rises up. Exhale so that your belly falls down towards the floor. Continue to breathe, and you will feel, like I said, some stretching there in your inner thighs. And this is helping both hips to become more even. And your 2 minutes is up. Come out of this exercise the same way you came into it by bringing those knees back together and your feet back to being flat on the floor.
And you are all done. If I didn't put you to sleep, if you're still awake, good job. I encourage you to do this as often as you'd like, even up to once a day, right before you go to bed for better sleep. If you liked this video, if you got value out of this, be sure to click the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that bell icon that appears so that you get notified when I post new videos like this in the future. And if you want to connect further, find me on Facebook or visit my website. I'll post the links down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!